Hey guys. So today we're going to make some eggplant parmesan baked in the oven. So come with me, let's cook. So after cutting up your eggplant, you want to put it on a rack so that you can put some kosher salt onto both sides. The reason why you're putting salt onto it so it can take the moisture out of the eggplant. So you put the salt on, let it rest for about an hour. Okay, guys, so it's been an hour or so, and these have soaked in your salt and your kosher salt. And so now what we need to do is dry them off. So we're just going to take some paper towel and you want to dry them off because the kosher salt draws all the moisture out of the eggplant. So they're going to be wet. So you want to dry them off. Now, there's several ways you can make this. I've made it another way where I fried them, but I'm going to bake them this time, the eggplants. I'm going to bake them. So it looks like all the water is out of here. And so now we are going to prepare them to put them in the oven to be baked. So now we have three stations set up here. One is with flour, and in my flour, I didn't put a lot of seasoning because the breadcrumbs are seasoned. So I just put a little salt, some Italian seasoning, and some pepper. And in the middle here, we have our egg, and then we have our breadcrumbs. So you know the process. We're going to dip each eggplant in each of these and put it back onto my rack. So let's start dipping the first eggplant slice into the flour. And then into my egg wash. And you just want to drip that off a little bit. And then it goes into the breadcrumbs. And you want to make sure it's coated well. And it's going to look like that. And then I'm just going to sit it into my pan to prepare it for the next steps. So I'm finishing up here with the last two on this dip: flour, egg, And then into my breadcrumbs. Shake it off a little. Then into my breadcrumbs. And into my pan. One more here. Flour. Egg. Into the egg. And then shake it off. And into my breadcrumbs. Okay, guys, so now what you want to do is take some olive oil and you're just going to pour it all over the top of the eggplants so that they can brown up nicely. And this is how they're going to look with the olive oil on top of it. And now we're going to put it in the oven for 20 minutes for it to brown. Okay, guys, so while the eggplant is in your oven for the 20 minutes, and after 10 minutes, you want to make sure you flip. We're going to start on the sauce. I have a store-bought sauce that I will uh, put my own stuff in, but we're going to start with the sauce. So I have a pot here with some oil, and I'm going to put my garlic into. And you only want to cook your garlic until it's like fragrant. You don't want to burn your garlic. You just want to make it fragrant. And then once that's fragrant, you're going to put in your sauce. Okay, now that my garlic is nice and fragrant, I am going to put in my sauce. I had a little bit of sauce left from making my squash in this container. And we're going to pour in that sauce in there. And I'm going to season up my sauce a little since it's a store-bought sauce. Okay, so we're going to add a little sugar into our sauce. Sometimes I use brown, but white. And then I'm going to put some garlic powder into my sauce. And some Italian seasonings. I'm just going to give that a quick stir. Let that sauce and that garlic marinate together. Okay, so our eggplants should be nice and brown now, so I'm going to remove them from the oven. And they are all nice and brown now. So you want to remove them from your pan so that you can start the layering process. So I'm just removing them and laying it onto a rack so that it could wait for me. I'm just going to put it on a rack actually so that I could start doing the layering process. So our next process is to take that same pan that the eggplant just came out of, and you want to first put some sauce down to the bottom of your pan. So now that we're starting the layering, sauce on the bottom, then you want to start adding in some eggplants to the bottom of that pan. And then you want to, I use Parmesan and mozzarella cheese. So you want to start putting that on top of there. And basically, you just want to keep layering. So on top of that cheese and those eggplants, you want to add in some more eggplant. And then you're going to add in some more sauce. And some more cheese. And so on and so on. So you just want to keep layering. Sauce, eggplants, cheese on top. Sauce, eggplants, and cheese. And then it's going to go in your oven for about another 20 minutes so that they can marry each other together with the cheese and the sauce. And so now it is ready to go back into your oven for 20 minutes, like I said, so they can marry together. And yeah, I use store-bought cheese. We all know the fresh cheese is good, but I use some store-bought, cutting corners, making it quick into the oven. And I'll see you in 20. Okay, so it's been about 20 minutes. We're going to take this yummy goodness out of the oven. Oh, doesn't that look good? Let's cut into it and get some of this onto my plate. Ooh, that's hot. You see that cheese pull? You see that cheese pull? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to do a taste test here, guys. If it's not too hot. If it is not too hot for me. Steaming. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Now that is so good. I'll see you in the next video. Keep tuning in for more goodness. Bye.